So we are live now. Go for it.
Pooja, are we good to start, please? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
A warm and pleasant morning to one and all present here. I once again welcome you all for our second day of state level virtual workshop on the topic Pathway Towards Career in Beauty Industry. It is rightly said by Pat McGrath that what I love most about makeup is that you can't get attached to one thing, one idea, or one approach. And once you have achieved perfection, you have to wipe it all and start over the next day. Makeup is a positive creation because it is a form of art. It can help a person to feel better about themselves and it helps a person to express their personality. The great Max Factor once said, "You are not born glamorous. Glamour is created." Most society think makeup is just a way to hide a person's flaws or a way to have a fake perfection. Makeup is more than that. It is the paint a person uses to create a masterpiece. Depth in the shapes and lines of the painting are just like the depth in the contour painted onto the face. All in all, makeup is more than what people think it to be. It changes the way a person sees themselves and overall gives them confidence. I would request our respected Principal Madam, Dr. Neelam Arora, to kindly deliver her welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, hello, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome, Bandhana, to this alternate careers and offbeat career opportunities. And thank you for accepting our invitation to be the speaker for the day on a very happening industry that is a beauty industry. I think barring Aishwarya Rai and somebody as beautiful as you and some others who are born with natural beauty are more blessed and perhaps don't need any makeup. But I think beauty is, as they say, in the eyes of the beholder. And we can make those people see us as beautiful with some clever makeup tips which you are going to show. And I'm sure that the girls are very eagerly waiting to hear from you and see what kind of techniques you're going to share. Also, I would suggest that makeup is something which will enhance your personal grooming and make you more presentable. But a badly put makeup, which is caked up, makes a beautiful person look more ugly and a normal and ordinary looking person more uglier. So I think either you know to put, then you put, or you don't put makeup at all. That should be the trick. So options are there with all of us to convert our passion into a profession. So if you learn it well, then you can earn money out of it. Because I believe whether every person, whether you're a girl or a boy, when we demand equality as girls, then we should be able to earn our own money in whatever way and skill we need. Yesterday we had Sakshi telling us about interior designing. Today we have Bandhana who's going to share about the beauty industry and career scope. So I'm sure it is going to be a very, very interesting talk with a lot of practicals and maybe a couple of tricks Bandhana is going to share with us to make us look as beautiful as she looks. Thank you, Bandhana, once again, and welcome all the students. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Jyoti, and the entire Commerce Department for thinking of this topic as a career opportunity for students. All the best, and let's have it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing such a wonderful thoughts with us. I would now request our additional Vice Principal, Dr. Purnima Sharma, ma'am, to kindly introduce our resource person, Ms. Bandhana Gujral, ma'am, for today's session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A very warm good afternoon to everyone present here. I, Dr. Sharma, thus would like to welcome you all for this online state level intercollegiate virtual workshop on offbeat career opportunities. I now take this pride today of introducing our resource person, Ms. Bandhana Gujral, professional makeup artist and a well-known content writer. to talk about our today's very dynamic and young resource person's contribution. It is immense to the community in general, be it to this glamorous world or capturing with her love for reading and writing and creating different kinds of contents which resonates and outlook emotionally and with the audience of all ages, whether you are 16 or over 60. Understatement is the rule of fine makeup artists' good work. Bandhana Gujral always gets us worked up with, be it makeup or be it with your messages. Not every artist uses paper and paint, but Bandhana Gujral uses because it is her art, her passion, and her expression which she projects through makeup. So today's well-renowned makeup artist is a blend of columnist and a professional makeup artist, graduated from a Fatmu Pro Makeup Academy. She possesses a YouTube channel in the name of Makeup Bandhana since 2016. Bandhana Gujral has successfully completed level 1 and 2 of Spanish from Instituto Hispania. She has been volunteering Angel Express Foundation, an NGO that works for educating children, and also for the NGO committed to Health and Development Foundation. Bandhana Gujral is a professional celebrity makeup artist who has worked with celebrities like Taapsee Pannu, Meera Rajput, Sonali Sehgal, and many more. She has been a part of an Olay ad, Gaurav Gupta campaigns, and a few movies also. She has been conducting such creative workshops and thus encouraging the participants to think out of the box and thus enhances them and gives them encouragement to encash their potentials and their hidden talent to the maximum level. Through the application of cosmetics and her specialized skill, use of specialized techniques, she transforms a person into a masterpiece of expression, be it bridal makeup or a celebrity makeup. It was indeed nice of her to have accepted our invitation to be the resource person for today's event and grace the occasion. I would now like to request you, Bandhana Gujral ma'am, to please do the honors of starting the event. So over to you, Bandhana Gujral ma'am.
Yeah. 1 minute before Bandhana, you start. Thank you, Purnima. That was a lovely introduction. Our entire commerce department, Purnima Sharma, Rahul, Jyoti, and Dr. Lasune, we are always trying to do something which is commercial and passionate. So I think today is a blend of commercial and passionate. Why I came back again, I want to just tell these young girls, you just see Bandhana, she is just your age, hardly 23, 24 maybe. So at a young age, people think हम तो कितने छोटे हैं, हम सोचते हैं हम कितने बड़े हैं. There is no right age or wrong age. Any age is the right age to enhance your skill and learn a new skill. So I think you should be inspired by Sakshi yesterday and Bandhana today that at the age of 24, 25, they are resource persons and they are motivating you. So they are influencers. So you can also think that मुझे भी कुछ करियर बनाना है. ये पढ़ाई खत्म होने की वेट नहीं करनी है आपको. आप साइड बाय साइड कर सकते हो क्योंकि बीता हुआ वक्त कभी लौट के नहीं आता. Every skill you acquire today will be with you lifetime. And believe me, these are your right years. If you acquire now, you will benefit from it lifetime. So please take these workshops more seriously. Also, I would request all these candidates and students who are attending, they should put in the chat box what other careers they would like us to, have some resource person on or inform about which other careers they would like to learn and what skills they would like to arrange. So from the commerce department, we will organize that and we will call resource persons related to that career. So if you all are interested in career A, B, C, or feel that we should give you guidance on these careers, we will arrange lectures and we will find resource persons. So please feel free to later give us a feedback, not only on the session, but what other careers you would like to uh, get lectures on and call resource person, and skills that you would like to acquire. Yes, thank you. And yes, Bandhana, let's start and let's see you transform us. Thank you.
Yes, madam. Absolutely true. Over to you, madam.
Good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much. Those were really, really kind words. I don't know if I deserve it, but that was really sweet. Thank you so much. So I just like to start by telling you a bit about myself. My name is Bandhana Gujral, and I'm a professional makeup artist. Um, I have been doing makeup since 2017. Before that, I did have a YouTube channel where I posted my makeup looks on myself or either on my friends, and that was something that I always thought of as a hobby while I was doing finance side by side. I graduated in finance, but I never thought that I was kind of scared to take my hobby into an actual profession. But the people around me, like my support system, like my friends and my parents, were really supportive. And I think that's why after I graduated in finance, I went to a makeup school. I learned some techniques. They teach you a lot, not just what you know and what you can see online, but also hygiene and how to build your kit, how to talk to clients. So that's when I like started taking it really, really seriously, and I thought that maybe I could make this my profession. After that, I did end up assisting a celebrity makeup artist for around 2.5 years. So I was working with her, whether it was for her brides or it was for shoots or it was for doing celebrities for events. So I had a lot of experience in that field after I assisted the makeup artist. I assisted quite a few. And after that, after 2.5 years, I was on my own, and I started pursuing the career myself without any help, without learning, and just as a freelance makeup artist. So, I mean, this is something that if you are passionate about, you should definitely go ahead with. There is a lot of competition though, because the beauty industry is expanding in India a lot, especially now, like brands like Nykaa and so many Indian brands are coming up. There are a lot of people who want to do makeup for a living, either it may be for shoots or movies or it may be for brides. But I think if you're good at it, if you're patient, if you're hardworking, I don't think there's any career that can stop you from doing well. And even though being a makeup artist is not like a daily job, it's not a 9 to 5 job. Some days you'll be working for 20 hours, some days you'll have no work at all. So it just depends on you if you want to take this field. But as a field and as a career, no matter if you're a guy or a girl, because both the genders in this industry are quite a few. So I think if you have the skill and if you are somebody who's passionate about it, then you should definitely go ahead with this field. Even other fields which are kind of joined with this field, like hairstyling, stylist, photography, all of those are again very creative fields as well, and we kind of go hand in hand, because when you have a makeup artist, you need a hairstylist, you need a photographer, you need a stylist. All of these are very different fields, which if you do well, there is a lot of hard work, no doubt, because you're on your feet for really, really long hours. But if you are passionate about it, I think you should definitely go forward. It's a great field. If you love it, then your job never seems like a job. It never seems like I'm going to work, because I have different clients every day. I'm not doing the same thing every day. I have different stories to tell. I meet so many new people. I get to travel because of my job. I get to go to a lot of cities which I haven't been, countries which I haven't been. So it's a great field. There is a lot of hard work behind it, which I will be explaining. I mean, I know it looks very rosy when you talk about the film industry. Everybody gets really excited and they want to be a part of it. Though it's not all that easy behind the scenes. You have to work really, really, really hard. But I think it's a great field. Uh, any field is great if you are really passionate about it, and if you know you can do this till for the rest of your life till you're old, then I think it's a great field. So I think I'll just go ahead and start sharing my screen. Um, I want to show you all a quick presentation I made, so just where I can just talk about the industry in detail and how this course is. Yeah. Okay, you all can see me? You all can see the screen, right?
Yes, yes, it's visible, madam.
Okay. So, pathways to the beauty industry. This is makeup. Um, and what exactly do we do? So, essentially, a makeup artist is somebody who does makeup on their client. Your client could be anybody. It could be a model. It could be a guy, a girl. It could be an actor. It could be a bride. It could be the groom's mother. Anybody that you do makeup on is your client. Either even if they are paying you or not. Sometimes people don't pay you in money, they pay you with social media or they tag you and collaborations and things like that. So whatever, anybody you do makeup on is your client. There are also different types of makeup. When you talk about being a makeup artist, there are again further fields in that too, where you can hone your skills more and learn more about a certain type of makeup. So example, SFX is like special effects makeup. It's pretty much like what you see in movies when somebody gets hurt or somebody has a cut or a bruise, or different kinds of special effect makeup like Pa, where Amitabh Bachchan had the full head. Again, that's special effects again. In Houseful 4, Akshay Kumar had the bald head. So all of that is special effects makeup where you change the person or you age the person, and even cuts and bruises, all of that comes under special effects makeup. That's a separate category. You need to learn it differently because it's quite technical, where you have to make a small bruise or cut look extremely real. So again, that's a different field. It's a great field to take. Again, makeup. One person can know all different types of makeup, but eventually, when they do find work, if you specialize in a certain kind of makeup, I feel you tend to get that work better because you know a lot about it. Especially for special effects, you have to research a lot. You have to do a lot of courses. It's one of the more difficult kinds of makeup from all the other categories, but it's a great field. It pays really really well if you are a special effects makeup artist and you are known and you go for shoots and you go for movies, because there are not as many people who do special effects makeup because it is really really difficult. That field has a really good opening. So if you are somebody who's really interested in that kind of makeup, that's a very great field to take. It's a lot of hard work because special effects makeup minimum takes around 2 to 3 hours, sometimes even 6 to 7 hours to put, and then again 2 to 3 hours to remove. So it's a really really difficult job, but it's great. It pays really well though. So if you are somebody who's interested in those kinds of looks, then it's a good field to take. Then comes bridal makeup, which is pretty much what I do. You can know all of these together. As I said, like I could know bridal makeup and SFX makeup, but because the fields are a little different, I should probably hone my skills in only one so that I can get the one typical type of clients. So bridal makeup is, everybody must have seen this, brides, or in Indian weddings or in different, even any kinds of weddings, you see brides, and that's the makeup that we do on the brides or the bride's mother or the family or the groom's mother. So that's the bridal makeup. Then comes avant-garde makeup. This is again a different kind, but it's easier than special effects makeup. This is like where you have. I should probably move to the next slide where I have all of the. Yeah, again, so you'll be able to understand better. This is SFX makeup is the third one where you have the cuts and bruises. As you can see, you have to make it look extremely real. Like if it happened to a person, it should be believable. Then comes avant-garde makeup, where it's like it's different. You have sometimes you'll have glitter lips, or as you can see, she has like really defined eyebrows. It's like a wing. It's like winged liner, blue lips. Plus, she has the headgear. So, like probably the makeup that you see like on fashion models, on like different kinds of shoots, probably a lot of music videos as such, when people dress up as somebody else or try to go out of the box, is pretty much what avant-garde makeup is. Then comes airbrush makeup. Airbrush makeup is just a technique. Airbrush is a type of a gun where you put your products, your liquid products, inside that gun and kind of sprays onto your face or your body. Um, and it disperses the product rather than a normal brush. Like if I had to do foundation, I would do it like this, but that is like a gun where you put products in it and it sprays on your face. It was mostly used because if it also covers areas very fast. So if you have to do body makeup like up to down, if somebody's wearing a bikini or it's a swimsuit and they have to have makeup from their head to toe, like even on their arms and back, that is easier. It's faster because the gun sprays it really fast all over. but recently everybody started doing it on the face as well. It's a really good finish. You get a flawless finish. That's why they say airbrush makeup, HD makeup is really good. Then comes waterproof makeup. Again, you have a lot of instances where you will need to do makeup for somebody who's going inside the pool, or they're going underwater for a movie scene, and they are still shooting inside and they come outside the water, and it's not a cut take, it's a continuous take. So you have to have the makeup where it doesn't bleed, like what you just see in the picture right now. She's inside the pool laying her hair. All of this, she has still makeup on. She has foundation, she has blush, she has highlighter, she has eyeshadow, mascara, she has everything. But you need to know your products in a certain way. You need to know how to apply them in a certain way where it kind of lasts that long. Or you should know how to maneuver the products in a certain way where even if you go inside the water and come up, it doesn't look like your makeup doesn't smudge, your mascara doesn't run, your lips don't bleed. So that's again a different kind. um Moving on to bridal makeup. This is what I pretty much do. Just a few pictures for you all to know. These are typical brides that you see. Bridal makeup has a lot of kohl. Sometimes it has more drama. Um, and even though you're a makeup artist, because I don't do hair myself, I have my team who does hair and draping as well. I still need to know what hairstyles would suit my clients. Even though I don't physically do hair myself, I make sure the whole look is set by me, and then my hairstylist will come and then execute the look the way I want it to. So even though you are a makeup artist, you should know a few other things outside your field, like lighting, photography, um, what kind of draping styles you should know. Sometimes your clients ask you what kind of nails they should do or what kind of jewelry they should put. So you should be able to guide them in a certain way that, okay, this kind of jewelry would look good on your face structure, or, don't go for like how one person has a matha patti and one and the others have mang tikas. So you should be able to tell them that what exactly would suit them, or what buns they should go for, or if they should go for a braid or they should keep their hair open. So all of those things, that eye of what exactly looks good, that vision kind of comes after a certain amount of time where you have some experience. But again, bridal makeup is something that I chose, or I went ahead with, because I really love everything about it. You have to dress up somebody on their most special day. It has a lot of pressure, but I think it's great, because after you get somebody ready on their special day and they look at themselves in the mirror, they are extremely happy, and that look and that satisfaction you probably won't get anywhere else. When your client, you see the instant reaction where they feel so confident, they feel like they look so good, and you feel like you're making that person look their absolute best on the most important day of their lives. So that is something that I have chosen. I kindly mostly do always bridal makeup only. I do have a few shoots here and there as well, but bridal makeup is kind of my forte. Great field again to take. This has a lot of competition though, because anybody can come into it. You can enter as a makeup artist even without any degree. Technically, you don't have to go to a school. A lot of big makeup artists are self-taught, so it's not necessary that you go to a school. But there are a lot of courses available if you feel like that is something you want to do, because the all the courses and all the information is just collected together, where they teach you everything together. You get to know the basics. Also, hygiene is extremely important, because you are applying things which are so close to the eyes and mouth. So you have to be extremely hygienic with your tools, with your hands, your mannerisms. So all of that is kind of taught in a school. So that's why people do end up going to schools, or they end up going to personal makeup artists who teach them. I also teach people. So I think it's better that you do go to a professional to learn, even though you have a lot of YouTube videos these days that you can watch and you can learn. But some things are just taught by people who are doing it for so long. They are in the field. They'll be able to guide you better. So you don't have to take a course, but if you want to, there are also many options in the courses that you can take. These are just a few that I have put out there. Delama Academy London is one of the best schools in the world for makeup. All of really good makeup artists have come out of that school, especially Namrata Soni. She's a really big makeup artist in the industry, in the film industry, and in the bridal industry as well. So she graduated from there. A lot of people have graduated from there. It's a very good school. Again, you have makeup designery from America. You have different branches. That's a very great school as well. Now, Namrata Soni gives her own courses in India. It's supposed to be really good. When I wanted to choose a school, Namrata Soni had not started yet. So I kind of went to Fatmo, which is right here on SV Road. Again, a good school as well. Makeup Mario is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. He also gives classes. He was supposed to come to India last November, and I also had my ticket, but it got cancelled due to COVID. So a lot of these people, there are a lot of options to learn. Depending on the price range, depending what you can afford. If you feel like you probably don't want to go to any school at all, that's totally fine as well. You can learn through experience. It's just you will have to face certain difficulties when you do, or if you go to a person and assist them, that's a really good thing to do. You should assist people a lot because you get to know the small details which you probably think that you won't realize or know are not that important, like how to behave in front of your clients, or if you're going for a shoot and there are actors present and the director is there, how do you behave in front of actors? How are you supposed to ask questions? What kind of questions should you ask? Or the director comes and tells you that, this is the character and these are her qualities, and I want her to look this certain way. You should be able to um, execute a look in a certain way where it kind of replicates what he has in his mind. So again, all of that comes with experience, um, because a full role and the face is what is seen the most is right in your hands. So it is not the easiest job, but I think it's really easy if you love it. Like if you love it, you will want to put your absolute best in it. You will give your hard work, especially if you're in the film industry. Even bridal, some days where you go for brides out of town, you will sleep for probably 2 to 3 hours only in a day, because you'll have so many clients. You're on your feet for over 12 hours. Sometimes you don't eat food on time. You are flying different. You have to live out of a suitcase. You are in a new place. So all of these are challenges that you could face if you feel like you're somebody who might not be able to do it. But again, no field is easy, and that's why people do what they do. So yeah, that's that. Other avenues in makeup, if you just don't want to become a freelance makeup artist as what I do, you can do other things as well. You can also teach makeup privately, or you can teach in a school. Privately, I teach privately as well. Or schools, like as I mentioned, those schools, you can become a teacher in a school if you don't want to become a makeup artist of sort. You can get into retail. Retail is if you go to a Mac store, there are people who are going to sell you the products over there, who help you out with the products. Those people are in retail. They still have to have a lot of knowledge about makeup because they are working in a store which is surrounded by makeup. They need to know about each and every product. They should be able to guide you if you come in store and tell them that this is my skin type and I'm looking for something like this. They should be able to guide you exactly in that certain way. So again, that's another field that you can take if you want to. That is retail based more, where you are selling products. You will obviously get a commission from the store, that the more products you sell, the more commission you get. um, it's a good field too. That is more like a job where you have certain amount of timings. But again, a lot of people go into retail. They do it for a few years. They get a lot of experience. They get to know about the products. Also, you get a lot of free products because you work in the store. And after they get the experience, they know what's good in your kit, what's not good in the kit. Then they tend to freelance after that. So that's another type as well. Full-time special effects makeup artist, I already touched on this, that it's a really good field. It's difficult, but this is a really, really good field to take if you're somebody who's interested in it. There are a lot of YouTube videos you can also watch if you want to know how exactly it's done, or how is the cut or a bruise made. So many people upload so many videos. Just type special effects makeup and you will see a list on YouTube. There's a lot of free knowledge if you want to. So you can obviously go and research. Next is a makeup and a beauty blogger. This is a different field, which is really like recent and coming up. You probably know a lot about makeup, about beauty, and you start making videos online. You get really, really popular. Brands start to see you. They see that you reach so many people, so they end up promoting their products with you, or they'll pay you to do that. And you, in return, will make a video or whatever post for them, and they will pay you that way. That is probably like you are called like an influencer or a blogger. So that's a very upcoming field too. A lot of people, you must be knowing so many bloggers in the Indian industry as well, who are so big. Eventually, bloggers, after they they have such a great audience who really follows them and really looks into their products that they recommend. They come up with their own beauty lines because they feel like, they have such a good reach. And why not, when you are selling a product, you earn so much more. So you can always go into that field as well. Again, it takes time to come up to get the amount of followers. You have to be really great with social media. It's a process. You have to be patient to get that big. But again, a really good field if you want to go in that direction, because you work at your own time. You're working from your home. You're pretty much posting only videos and stories, and you interact with brands. So you technically don't have to go outside your house to work. So if that's something that you feel like you want to do, that's a good field as well. Then is a freelance makeup artist. That is me. I am on my own. I am not with any agency. I do everything on my own. I have my own clients. They get to know me through my social media or through my previous clients, or they saw some bride in a wedding and they really like the makeup. They asked her who did it. She'll give my name ahead, and that's how it kind of grows. Like after you work in the industry for a bit, people start to notice you. Word of mouth is kind of what you get your jobs through, or you either network. When you go on a shoot, you get to know the photographers, the hairstylists. You start talking to them. They probably have other gigs to give you. So again, so you have to freelance a lot. You have to network a lot in this field. So the next one is getting into movies. This is full time. There are so many makeup artists who are doing extremely well. They work really hard. Movies have a lot of long hours. You will not just to do makeup, you probably just take an hour or two to do makeup, but you have to sit on the set. You have to make sure you're there for touch-ups. So again, you travel a lot with the celebrities. A lot of perks that you get. Also, there are a lot of cons because you are working really hard. You're on your feet for a really long time. So again, what you like, and the industry is not as rosy as it seems. Like from the outside, it's like, oh, it's so easy and you can just enter and it's like wow. And it's not exactly like that. There's a lot of hard work that goes behind the scenes, a lot of things that you have to keep in mind. So again, if you want to get into movies, that's a different field as well. You tie up with an agency for jobs. You have a lot of these management agencies, a lot of these talent agencies. They do a lot of shoots for models. They send you for events. So you get recruited with them. You tie up with them where they will be taking a cut from your commission, but again, you will have to give them that commission because they are giving you that client forward. Again, it could be theater makeup, you could get brides, you could get actors, you could get anybody with agencies. So if you feel like you don't want to be on your own and you want to try with an agency, you can do that as well. The last one is you either learn hair, draping, and nails and go into any of those fields also. Again, hair styles and makeup again are equally important. You need all both of these for a look to be created. Same with draping and even nails. So if you are somebody who knows all of the above and you have all the skills, you can, and if a client comes to you, they can do everything from just you. They don't have to go and search for a hairstylist. They don't have to go search for a drapist. They don't have to go search for somebody who does nails. So you can always learn these extra skills that you can put forward, that when a client comes to you, it'll be easier if you can do all of the above and get everything done from them. Or either you tie up with people like I do. I have my team who does all of this too. So when somebody comes to me and then they ask me that I'm getting married, I am searching for XYZ, I'll be like, I have all of these. You can just come to me and my whole team will take care of it. So things like that. um, Next would be, what is your kit supposed to look like? So there is no minimum and maximum amount. People carry 2 to 3 big suitcases, like for their kit on a daily basis. Some people carry only one suitcase. People could be carrying 3 to 4 suitcases with all of their things in it. So it just depends on you with how much can you work. Um, how willing are you to spend on your kit, because kits are very expensive. Good makeup is extremely expensive. A lot of it you can get from India itself. A lot of it you'll have to probably get from other countries because some brands are not in India. You can always start small. So you, in the example, you want to become a makeup artist and finish a course, and then you have to buy your actual kit for the client. You should start small. Don't get everything together because it'll be really expensive in the starting. So get a few things here and there. Probably if you don't have like 200 brushes, just get like 20 in the starting, where you have different shapes. Like you have brushes which are so small, which are so big, which are even bigger. So you need different kinds of brushes for different things. So make sure that you have all of those brushes with you, whatever you need. Make sure you have different brushes if you're doing multiple people. If I'm doing 3 people together in one sitting, I should have enough number of brushes that I'm not using the same brush on every single person, because you're not going to have the time to go wash your brush, let that brush dry, and then do it on another client at the same time. So you're going to have enough amount of brushes so that you can do 2 to 3 people together. uh, Next is make sure you have waterproof mascara and lash glue. Waterproof mascara is very, very, very important, especially when it comes to brides, because a lot of people cry. It's a very emotional event, and you don't want any makeup to get spoiled just because a few tears have come. So make sure you have waterproof mascara with you. Lash glue, you have fake lashes where I can show you what a fake lash is if you all want to see. Um, this is a fake lash. This is a fake lash. You kind of put it on your natural lashes. You need lash glue for that. You can't use any glue. The lash glue is eye safe. You can put it on your skin, and it's not there forever. You put this lash on your eye. You put the glue on it. This doesn't have glue right now. You put it on your lash, and it enhances your natural lashes. So you should always keep lash glue, because without that, you can't stick these. Next, you should have a red, nude, and pink lip liners. Um, Reds are very important, especially in brides. A lot of people love putting red. They're also wearing red. It's a very traditional color. You should have enough number of lip colors for different skin tones. This is just some staple products that I feel you should have. This is not your full kit. You obviously will need more things, but these are just a few things that I'm listing down where I feel you should have these products at least in your kit. Then you should have a black and brown kajal, especially if you are doing brides. Kajal is extremely important. Everybody puts kajal. You should have a black and brown kajal. You should have different shimmers in different colors, especially gold, silver, rose gold, because our outfits are such where you have a lot of gold embroidery. So you should have these certain amount of shimmers. Obviously, a proper makeup artist doesn't just have three, but just to start with, you can start with small. Again, an eyeshadow palette. You should have an eyeshadow palette which has some shimmers, some mattes. You should have black eyeshadows in them, some light eyeshadows, because you don't know the color of the client that you're going to get. You should always have different eyeshadows for different skin tones. Next, you should have a good quality foundation, good quality concealer, and good quality powders, because base products are extremely important when it comes to makeup. If your base products that you put on your skin aren't great, the whole effect is not going to come out and look so flawless. Next, you should always have a setting spray. A spray is pretty much like a mist that you apply on your face for the makeup to last longer, or either for the makeup to look more matte, or for the makeup to look more dewy. You get different types. Again, you should have a bronzer or a contour, a blush, and a highlight. And you should have a good fragrance-free moisturizer, because you don't know the skin of the client you're going to get. Somebody could have oily skin, somebody could have dry skin, somebody could have sensitive skin. You should always go for a simple moisturizer without any fragrance, so that it can be used on a lot of people. Next, how do you approach clients? So, assuming you have finished your course, um, you've bought your kit, and now you are ready to take up clients. How exactly are you going to do that? Make sure before you do take up your clients, you know probably everything that there is to know. Or if somebody asks you for a service, you should be able to do it. Example, uh, if somebody wants you to put fake lashes on them, you should be able to do that, because again, that's something that takes a little more practice. If somebody wants a wing liner, which a lot of people struggle with, you should be able to do that as well. So make sure you know all of your skills properly, that you have learned hygiene, the way to approach clients, and then you go ahead and you put yourself on social media, or either word of mouth. If you know your friends and family, you spread the word that you are a makeup artist and now you're looking for clients. You should have a brochure ready with your prices and names of brands. So this is what I do. I have like a set brochure ready when somebody asks me either on Instagram or on WhatsApp or in person that how much do you charge, and how do we go about the process. Um, I have a full brochure ready with the pricing, the what exactly I'm offering. Am I offering hair as well? Am I offering draping as well? Also some names of the brands that I have in my kit, because people want to see sometimes what exactly you have in a kit, what's going to go on their skin. So they want to see if there are good brands in your kit. So I have all of that listed together. It's a brochure that's ready. Whoever asks me whatever prices, I can just send that brochure out. Assist as much as possible. Again, I assisted for about 2.5 years myself. Some people assist for around 5 to 6 years, 10 years plus, and you should assist as much as you can. I have learned a lot of things that I don't think I would have learned in just a school. There are so many things that the way you learn when you assist somebody. Again, from how to talk to clients to how to behave in front of them, hygiene, or if your client asks you a certain look, how do you go about it, how do you talk to your team about it, and if you are just a makeup artist who is not doing other things like hair and draping, you kind of get an idea about those things as well when you assist, because you see other people executing the full looks, you know what kind of looks good on people eventually. So assisting is key. You should do it as much as you can. You don't get a lot of money, sometimes you get none, but everybody has to work hard in the starting so that you get somewhere afterwards. Do free of cost shoots to build your portfolio. Everybody has done it. When you're just out, probably you won't get clients that will pay you, so you do a lot of free shoots where you will get professional pictures from your shoot and you'll be able to post that on your social media, and in return you do makeup for them. Either it could be celebrities also could want collaborations, influencers could want it, photographers collaborate with models and they probably want you for a shoot. Sometimes you just get paid travel, sometimes you get paid nothing. But in the starting, I think you should do it. Everybody should do it. It builds your confidence, your experience. Get professional pictures taken. It builds your portfolio. So you should do all of those things, because it's difficult to get really big shoots when you have just come out of your school and you're starting out. Email influencers for collaborations. I've done this myself. I have worked with a few influencers myself where I have done their makeup for shoots, and in return, they pay me by putting me up on their social media so that a lot of people who follow them can see. They'll click on my page, I get followers, they probably want to do their makeup themselves, and then they'll ask me for my prices. So that's what people do. Make sure you have good pictures on your social media. So you can go to my Instagram, it's makeup by Bandhana, and just check it out if you want to. How do you lay your Instagram out? Social media is extremely important, especially nowadays, because a lot of people want to see your work rather than just talk about it. And for people who have not seen your work in person, they want to see pictures of it. And you have to make sure things like makeup and hair that you're doing on the face, you want good pictures to be taken. So make sure you have good pictures there. Make sure you understand lighting and photography, what angles would look good, how to make your makeup. Even editing is extremely important, not to change the way the person looks, but sometimes you brighten colors, sometimes you saturate things, sometimes you add detailing to certain areas so that your makeup shows more. So all of those things are something that you have to learn, and you will learn eventually on the job. But again, extremely important. You get a lot of your clients from social media, so that's a very, very big place that you get your clients from. uh the last one being network with your photographers, hairstylists, as I said. Make sure wherever you go, you're talking to people, you're asking what they do, because you never know where you get clients from. You don't know what work that person is going ahead and doing, and you should always be nice to everybody, just in life as well. But you have to be really good with the way you talk so that people notice you, and that and your work is good. Of course, your work speaks for itself. So networking is key. Either it's with your family or the people that you know, or if you know big photographers and hairstylists, you can assist them. And then eventually, when you do network so much in the industry, you get to know a lot of people, a lot of managers, and they can give you jobs ahead. Tips. I just feel you should practice your techniques perfectly. Still till date, no matter, even the biggest to the biggest makeup artists still practice. And because there's something that probably you're not confident about till then. The trends keep changing. There are a lot of new techniques that keep coming up. You should always stay updated with new techniques. And nowadays YouTube is so easy. You can always go ahead and see how Kim Kardashian does her makeup. So it's you have so much information out there that you really, really can learn a lot just by sitting inside your house as well. So practice your techniques either on your friends or your family or your mother and sister. Just do it on whoever you can. In the starting, I had pretty much done makeup on all my friends. There was nobody left. Because that's how you practice. That's the kind of faces that you get, and then you put up those pictures when a look is done in a certain way and it's good. You put it up on your social media. Watch and learn from others in the industry. Again, always learn from wherever you go, no matter even if you are better than another makeup artist or you are bigger than them or you're smaller than them. You should always learn wherever you are, because some techniques some people might have which really works on your clients as well. So watch a lot of these videos, research what products are good. Again, assist wherever you get a chance. Attend workshops. You have small workshops which, like this in fact, where people keep, or you have big, really big workshops like Makeup by Mario keeps a workshop where he'll come over there and he'll be teaching live on a client, and you have around 200 people. It's like a full theater is full. So you should attend how much ever you can, no matter even if you've done about 10, 20 courses. Still you should learn. You should, because there's always things that are changing and you could always learn a different kind of makeup. Again, hygiene is key. If I am using a brush on my client, example, you're my client, I'm using this brush on you, you'll want this brush to be totally clean. You obviously won't want me to use a dirty brush on you. Same works for other tools. You have wipes, to make sure you have enough wipes. Make sure you wash your hands. You have to ask the client if you want to, especially now with COVID, if you should wear gloves. So hygiene is really important. That's something you learn in schools as well, because they are, especially in FATMU, they were really keen on teaching us hygiene. How you should never touch your products with your own finger, how you should use a spatula, how you should never make the client touch the mascara wand straight away. You should use disposable wands. Again, all these things are really important. So you should, because you are going so close to somebody, you don't want your makeup to cause a reaction with anybody's skin. That'd be a really bad thing. So make sure that whatever you do, extremely hygienic, the way you are, the way you keep your kit, always sanitize, always clean your brushes after every client. Always overpack. This was something that was taught to us in school. And they, because you never know what you might need. You are going on a job where they could probably brief you about the job beforehand, like, this is the look that we're going to do, and you end up on the location and it's a totally different look. And then if you don't have those particular things, you really don't know what to do. So always carry everything. That's why our suitcases are so big, because we carry pretty much everything from bindis to malmal to powder puffs to everything. We carry it all, double-sided tape, because you never know what your client will need on that day. Maybe they have a cut on their foot. You should always keep band-aids in your kit. These are small things that you probably won't realize, but eventually you learn on the job, because you assist people or you see somebody else using it and be like, okay, I know I should put that in my kit. Attain adequate knowledge of skin and hair. Even though you are a makeup artist and you are not professionally a skincare specialist, your clients will still come to you to ask you about things for your skin and hair. So make sure you have a good amount of knowledge of that sector as well. They'll come and tell you, I'm getting married on so and so date. What exactly should I be doing to my skin and hair beforehand? So you should know what exactly to tell them, how they can go about it. So make sure you have that knowledge as well, because it always helps to know about skin and hair too. Understand lighting. So lighting is very important. I can probably show you. I have a ring light right in front of me. If I shut that ring light and just switch on a normal light, you'll be able to see me so differently. So lighting is extremely important. Like I just shut that and I just shut that, and now you can see me so much better. So lighting is really important. You need to learn that when you do makeup, because in some lights your makeup might look really bad, and in some kind of particular lighting your makeup looks really good. So you have to, again, that's something that comes eventually. You start to see those things eventually after working in the field a lot. So all of those things are really important, and you need good lighting when you are doing makeup, because you have to match their skin color to the foundation. You need to, because you're going so close and you're doing eyeliner, you should be able to see everything, because when you take a picture you can see everything. So make sure that you have, wherever you are, you have good lighting, or either you carry your own light, because I do carry my own light where I go, because hotel rooms really have bad lighting. So I make sure I carry my own light where I go. So you have to understand those things as well. um Yeah, so we can move on to the questions now. I'll just stop sharing my screen. And I could also show you a demo. I'll probably remove my foundation and show you how exactly I do it or what tips I have to give you all. But if you all want, you can also ask me questions. So while I'm applying it, I can answer your questions too.
Okay, so can we go to the question answers, Pooja? I
Yeah.
think that,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Okay,
I
those who
feel
wish.
Rahul, 1 minute,
yeah,
Rahul.
yes,
I
ma'am,
feel
yes.
that let her first give a demo how the makeup is applied, and
Okay,
once her demo is over, then you keep the question answer.
would
What do
do,
you say,
madam.
Bandhana? Is that a better thing to do? Otherwise,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
will go on asking, and then there will be a lot of disturbance. So you may take around 5-10 minutes, how much ever you want. Do a demo and show how the makeup is applied, and then last 10 minutes we will keep it open for question answer. Even if it
Okay.
goes
Okay.
beyond 1 o'clock, it's okay, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to be pretty much removing one side of my face and probably like my foundation here. I have something on right now. So I'm going to be removing on one side of my face so you can see the difference. Again, makeup is different for all. You don't need it. Nobody needs makeup. You should want to do it on yourself. You should like the way you look. You should understand what exactly suits you best. Um, sometimes your makeup should be so undetectable where you can't really notice that you have applied a lot of makeup, or you should do it in certain ways where you feel like, you see, I have a lot of redness on my skin. So this was the side where it was totally covered. This side is not. Again, so I can show you how to cover that. So starting with, as I said, a fragrance-free moisturizer. Always have a moisturizer that suits you, or get one where it doesn't, or it suits a lot of people. Something like Emollient. It's a very basic moisturizer you get in a general store. It doesn't have any fragrance. It doesn't clog any pores. It's just a basic moisturizer which works for a lot of different skin types. So make sure you have something like that in your kit. Or you can keep one for people who have oily skin, one for people who have dry skin, because you have different kinds of skin when people come to you. Some people have combination skin. That means they have oily areas in certain parts of their face and they have dry areas in other parts of their face. Again, so I'm just applying a little more moisturizer than usual because I do have dry skin. So I like to pack it on. Second, if I have to go in with foundation, so I have, this is like a pouch that I keep, which just has my base products in it. I have 2, 3 more which has other things in it. So your kit gets really heavy if you start to put a lot of the things. But if you are a makeup artist, you need a lot of different kinds of foundations because you don't know the kind of skin color that your client is gonna have. So you should always be prepared and ready. Or either you should know what different ones that you can mix to get the perfect match. Uh, Again, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my foundation. You can always go ahead and mix your foundation. I like to put it on either on my hand or on a spatula, something where I can know how much I'm putting on instead of straight away applying it on my face. I'll take a brush. I will go ahead and just apply it. As you see, you really start to see when it starts to cover the redness, because I have a lot of redness on my face. Your skin starts to look more even. Again, you should know how much to apply based on the person sitting in your chair. I have done my own makeup for so long that I know exactly what to apply, what color matches me. I don't even really need to look in the mirror to know, what color suits me, because I know what brand suit me. So you should always know, one, that the color should match their chest and their neck, so that you can't tell that I've put a different color foundation. Sometimes people's hands will be darker than their face. So you have to keep all of that in mind, what exactly is showing in the outfit, because it shouldn't be like their chest is darker than their face and you can see the difference in photos. So I went ahead and applied my foundation. One more thing, primers. People ask what are primers. They are something that you apply before your foundation, probably after your moisturizer. You have it for different purposes, like mattifying your skin, or hiding some pores or adding more dewiness to your skin. I don't use the primer on myself as much, but I do use primer on my clients. Sometimes if they have, especially people who have oily skin here, you can probably go ahead and apply a mattifying primer right here on the nose and on the forehead. It helps your oil to be controlled. So I went ahead and applied my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer now. Um, just going to use a tiny bit again on my hand. I'm not using any product straight onto my face. You should always use it on an area before you use it on your face, and use brushes. Again, concealer, you should know if you have something to cover. I generally don't have dark circles myself, so I don't need a lot of concealer here. If you are somebody who has really big dark circles or um, dark circles around your eyes, or you have pigmentation around your mouth or on your forehead, you should go ahead and correct that first before you apply a concealer. Correct that means you have correctors which are there for certain purposes before you go ahead and put your concealer on, like orange correctors. If I had really bad dark circles, I would apply an orange corrector first, and then I would go ahead and apply my concealer second. um, then I'm going to go ahead and apply my blush. Now, there are different ways you could apply a blush. There are different types of blushes you get. You get cream blushes, you get powder blushes, which are normally what everybody uses. Like, this is a powder blush, this is a cream blush. So this is something that I'm going to have to put on my hand first and use. This I can use straight from a pan because powder tends to catch bacteria a lot lesser than cream does. So I'll probably go ahead and apply cream first. Just scoop it out onto my hand, and then I'm going to go ahead. Again, you can apply blush in 2 3 different ways. Either you can apply more blush on your apples, or you can apply more blush behind. So if you have somebody who has a fuller face and you want to make your face look thinner, make sure you drag your blush and get it back up here instead of applying all the blush here. The more blush you put on your cheek here, the more bigger your cheeks are going to look. So if you are somebody who wants your cheeks to be shown lesser, make sure you put more blush up. I myself just like to put blush everywhere. Uh, I put it on my cheeks and behind as well. So it's just personal preference, what you like. Um, Again, you have to be careful as to how much blush you're putting. I can see myself here. I have a mirror. And if I ever feel that I've gone overboard, I can take a clean brush and just dab it in. Okay, then I would like to go ahead and set my face. Again, if you have applied creams, like I put a liquid foundation and I put concealer and a cream blush, you have to set it. You don't have to set it, but it depends on your skin type. It depends on the climate. Bombay is very humid, so I suggest you do apply a little bit of powder, because even though you have really dry skin, you might be fine when you're sitting inside your house. But if you tend to go out, or it tends to, you're in a function and you're dancing, you will start to get a little oily, or you start to sweat a little. So you should apply a little powder. Powder just locks your makeup for longer. Creams tend to move around till they're set. Like once you set it with powder, your creams won't really move around. So I've just gone ahead and set that part. As you can see, I just set this. This part is looking a little more matte than this. If I go ahead and apply a little more powder to the left hand side, my shine will just go away. As you can see, that shine was there and it pretty much went away. So again, personal preference, how matte you like your look, how much more glow you want on it. If you feel like you don't want to set at all, you can, it's fine. You don't need to set it. But then you have to be a little careful if you're wearing a mask, or if you're sitting down and if you're touching your face, it might transfer if you're not setting your makeup properly. Again, a contour or a bronzer is something that I kind of add definition to your face. If you see where the light is hitting on my face, it's pretty much the middle portion. It's here, 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 and here. And these areas is where the light is not hitting my face. And if I want to make myself more chiseled, if I want to make myself look more slimmer, I would go ahead and apply a contour or a bronzing powder on the perimeters of my face, like here on the outside. And if I want to make my forehead look smaller, I'd apply a little bit up. If I want to make my jawline look more chiseled, I'd apply it here. And if I want to make my nose look a little smaller, I would apply it a little bit on my nose. Again, that's on you, personal preference. When you are sitting on the chair, you should know the bone structure of your client. You should, one, always ask them if they like their makeup or hair in a certain way. Before my client sits down, I always ask them if they've done makeup or hair professionally before, and what was the experience, if they thought that certain products didn't look good on them or certain techniques didn't suit them. Some people will be like, I don't want to tie my hair at all, I want to keep it open, I don't like to apply a lot of bronzer, I don't like to apply blush as much. So you have to make sure you have all that in mind when you are doing a client. You ask them questions about skin, how their skin reacts to certain products, if they have any allergies, if they're wearing lenses. You have to be aware of all that, because when you're doing their eyes, you can't press really hard. Your pressure has to be very, very soft. If I'm doing makeup on somebody else, I'm mostly putting such less pressure where they probably can't even feel my brush, but the product is being applied. So all of those things you learn eventually on the job with experience. So I will, for my own face, I would just like to apply some contour right here and on the jawline. That's pretty much how I like it. Then if I want, after I've done the cream blush, I can go ahead and apply a powder blush on top of it. I'll just go ahead and apply, mixing these two colors. Smile, and I like to put it right here and a little bit behind. Again, as I said, you don't always have to put it right here. You can always go ahead and put it here as well. It makes the face look a little more chiseled and lifted. Highlight. Everybody likes to put a lot of highlight though. Highlight is something where, again, it's gonna make sure that the light falls on your face right there. So if I go ahead and put highlight, normally you put highlight right here, a little bit on your nose, here and here. So that's kind of where all the light would reflect. So if I go ahead and put highlight here, as you can see, when I'm turning, you'll be able to see this highlight and glow from here. So I can go ahead and put a little on my nose, a little here, right up here, and on my chin. So the light will hit right in the middle of my face, and while on the outside of my face, it's cut and chiseled, and there's definition. Um, Again, just a few tips I want to give you all for eyes. That people sometimes don't understand how do they do their liner. A lot of people struggle with doing wing liner or liner in general. One thing I always tell you is you should always make sure your elbow is kept on some kind of support when you're doing liner. Never keep your hand in the air. Always have it somewhere so that it doesn't shake as much. Uh, as a makeup artist on the job, after you get a certain amount of experience, you tend to be able to do the makeup anywhere. Sometimes you have to do makeup in a moving car for your client, and the person is not steady. You have to still do liners, you have to still do the lip line in such a way that doesn't show that it's gone outside the line. So all of these things always come with practice. Make sure you have a steady hand, and if you always want to go ahead with liner, you should probably go ahead with the end first. I feel that helps me more. Or you can always dot it down and then create a straight line going in. Again, liners are different. When you do a wing liner, it makes your eyes look a little more elongated. You can always do a very small wing, you can do a big wing, you can not get your full liner right in the middle, in the center of your eye. You can just keep it on the outskirts of your eye. Whatever works for you, what you feel would work on your client. So there are different types. There is no right and wrong way to do makeup as such. It's just what you feel looks good, and it should just suit the person. Is all. It's not necessarily that how what I said that you have to apply a powder or a cream. It's not necessary. You can totally omit. If you are in a dry climate, example, if I go to Delhi and it's winters, it's really really dry, I don't have to apply a powder at all. So make sure you know the climate, the weather, the skin of the client, so that you kind of do makeup in a certain way that obviously benefits them, makes them look good, and obviously doesn't turn them into a greasy mess or extremely dry. So yeah, those are a few tips that I can give you all, and then I think we can move on to a few questions of whatever you all have. I can definitely go ahead and answer them.
Sure, ma'am. If at all there are any questions from our faculty colleagues who are there in the meeting today, I would request them to take over in case if there are any questions.
Hi, Bandhana. This is Sangeeta here.
Yeah.
I'm one of the
Hi.
professors with Lala Lajpatra. It was lovely listening to you, and very lovely, very nicely you presented as a sample way how one could do a reasonably good makeup as an amateur. What I would like to understand, what is the meaning of nude makeup? Nowadays, young girls and all, they say we want nude makeup. Could you elaborate a little on that, please? Thank you.
So nude makeup could also be like a no makeup, where sometimes you just do the bare minimum, or you do a lot but you make it look like it's absolutely nothing. If I had to do nude makeup, or somebody came on my channel, I want it to be undetectable. I want it to be like a no makeup look, where it feels like, okay, I don't have anything on, but I do have makeup on. So there you kind of only apply makeup in certain areas where you need it. Like how I just removed my makeup, you saw that maybe I didn't need makeup everywhere. Maybe I didn't need makeup under my eyes because I don't have dark circles. And I just needed makeup around my mouth because I do have some redness. I would only put a small amount of concealer, maybe dab it with my fingers and add that much concealer or powder on top of it. And maybe if I want to just look like, I'm a little more fresh and I've not done too much, I can just probably fill in my eyebrows. If somebody has like thinner brows, for me, I personally have thick brows, so I wouldn't even touch my brows at all. I would just apply some mascara, a little bit of lip gloss or lip balm so that it looks juicy and you can walk out the door and it still looks presentable. And it still feels like you've put something, but not everybody will be able to tell that you have makeup on.
Correct, correct. Thank you so much. And till we come on to more questions, I would definitely have a little learning to do how to remove makeup, because putting on a makeup is an art as much as my understanding is removing the makeup. So could you also share your insights into that, please?
If you are removing your own personal makeup, I will suggest you either you don't use things like wipes right now, because I was on this and I had to remove it fast. I used it, but I suggest don't use it. Wipes are a little harsh on your skin, and also they pollute the environment, so you don't really need to use wipes. You can always go ahead and use an oil, even oil that you have at home, even normal parachute coconut oil will do. You
Lovely.
can take some in your hand, rub it on your fingers, get a little warmed up, start massaging it all over your face. You straight up start to see all of your makeup break down, and you can rub it around your eyes. Your mascara will start to come up. You wash your face with water, and then you go ahead and you wash it with face wash or cleanser.
So
So
okay, there's
that's
no
pretty
need
much
for
what all you need to do.
astringents and some tea tree removers and all that big name
No,
we keep
no.
talking and hearing of MAC and other products, right? Sida ghar ka nariyal ka tel is the best solution you offer.
Yeah, is the best.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm sure that's going to be a great tip and a message we can probably carry back with us. No spending on
Yes.
expensive products. Lovely. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Over to you, Rahul, for more questions from the team.
Yeah. Pooja, can we have questions from the students? I think there are a few questions from the
Yes,
students.
sir. So even I have
Rahul
one
sir, can
question.
I ask?
Yes, please, madam. Please, madam. Please go ahead.
No,
Yes,
this
madam.
is Gangor here. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to ask.
Yes, Gangor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Bandhana. It was so nice seeing your video, your workshop.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank
I
you.
actually was wanting to have a tip or a trick from you to detect the undertone of the skin for foundation. I have never understood that. Like they say, if it's olive undertone or a neutral undertone, how to exactly detect that undertone? If you can just
So
explain.
it kind of works on what you straight up see in your skin. So they say people, like if you see me or if you even see my hand, you see it's so red and it's pink. That
Yeah,
means
yeah.
I'm very pink undertoned. Some people a little more yellow, where you'll be able to see it right in the middle, right in the skin. The vein colors differ. Like if I'm somebody, you'll be able to see my veins are slightly bluer. People who
Okay.
have yellow undertones, you'll be able to see their veins a little more greener.
Okay.
Again, normally Indians have a lot of yellow undertone in us. Very few people will have pink, or some people can have neutral undertones. That means they'll have enough of pink and yellow both in them that it's neutralized.
Okay.
That is something that I feel you could match with your chest. And if you do go ahead and you want to buy a foundation, you should go and look in store first if you're doing it for the first time and you don't know your shade. Second,
Yeah.
always take help of the people in store because they know their products very well, and
True.
they'll be able to match you the best with the kind of undertone and with the skin color. And if you are somebody who's really yellow and you apply a pink undertone foundation on you, it's going to look really odd. If you're
Mhm.
somebody who's pink, that I am pink, and I go ahead and apply really yellow foundation on me, it's going to look odd. I can probably show you what that means just
Yeah.
on my skin. Um, Even though this is a shade that's probably just 1 to 2 tones darker than me, but if I do go ahead and apply, I don't know if you can see it in this light, it's quite
Yeah,
yellow. You'll be able to
yeah,
see it on
true.
my skin. Yeah, and
Yeah,
my skin is not this yellow, and it's not just about the color or the tone, it's also about the tone and not just the color. So I could have a foundation that matches me exactly as my color, but it might not be the same tone. As you can see, this is very, very yellow,
yellow.
and
Yeah,
I am not so yellow. As you can see, as much I am very pink. If you
yeah.
can see my palms also, they're really red. So if you want something in depth, you can just send me a picture. I can tell you what undertone you are.
Yeah, I would do that. I think probably I'll need that. Also, is it true that the foundations oxidize later after you apply? I don't know if I've just heard people saying that they oxidize later, so it might be brighter now, but then it'll oxidize and match your tone later. Is that true? Does that happen?
uh, it also depends on the product you're buying. If you do
Okay.
apply good brands, Mac, I think, I don't know if you're talking about Mac, but Mac does oxidize a bit. Oxidize means it tends to become darker over time. Your
Yeah.
normal products don't do that. I obviously can't have a foundation that I apply on my client that is looking good in the first 2 hours, and then 3 hours later they are looking totally different.
Yeah.
So some products do that, some products don't do that. You have to just go ahead and find something that's good and a good quality. That's why I say, when you're using your base, you should not go for something that's really affordable. You should go for something that's really good. When it comes to your eyes, like your mascara and your eyeshadows, you can always go for a smaller brand, because that's not really necessary as much, and you can't really tell that much of a difference in the quality. But when it comes to your skin, you'll be able to tell, because this foundation might break apart and look really bad in the next hour if I
Yeah.
go out
Yeah.
and it's so hot. So yeah,
Yeah.
some do oxidize and become darker, but also some don't. So yeah, it's true, it's some do, and it's not on your skin, it's depending on the product.
Product. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you for your
You're
time.
welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Any more questions from the faculty colleagues? Feel free to ask, or can we move towards the student section? Okay, okay. Ma'am, any questions from your side? Okay, okay. Fine, fine. Pooja, can we have the questions, please?
Yes, sir. Actually, personally, I have one question.
Oh,
Like, there are so many duplicate brands and fake brands in the market regarding the products. But how should we identify that which one is the real product and the pure one?
Um, so it depends where you're getting it from. When you're getting it from resellers, that means there are some brands that you don't get in India. And if you want to buy them in India, there are a lot of people who resell. But it's a little risky, because sometimes the packaging is identical, the bottle is identical, the product looks totally the same, but the ingredients might be totally different, and it probably would be a fake product. So I just feel buy from big brands that you know are correct. Like, you can probably go to the store of that brand. Example, if I want to buy a Mac product, go to the Mac store. Don't go and buy it probably in a resale shop, because you will get the exact product from that store. Or even Nykaa, it's they give you totally fair and good products. They don't have fake products, so they, again, a good site. Uh, I can't even tell you. Maybe you can see the packaging, because fakes are getting so good these days that you probably can't even tell that if it's a fake, because they even smell the same. So I think don't buy from resellers, because you don't know, and it's going on your skin, and it's going close to your mouth, it's going on your eyes. You should always be careful as to what products you're applying. So just don't go for resellers, go for the actual product and the actual brand that you're going to buy. If you're going to buy from a Maybelline, make sure you go to a Maybelline store and you buy it. Either you go online and buy it from Maybelline.com, or either you buy it from Nykaa, where those are actual and real sites that sell the actual product.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, anyone else? Yes, Akshita, you can unmute yourself and ask.
What, in your opinion, is the most important quality in makeup artists?
Um, I think professionalism is very important. When you are not only just on a movie set, or even if you are in a room and getting a bride ready, sometimes you're working with people and you don't know how people react. Sometimes on their big day, they're really emotional and they kind of remove it out on you. I've had clients where they've gotten upset with their significant other, but because they can't shout at them at that time, they kind of remove it out on me because we're the closest people working with them. So you have to be very calm, you have to be very collected, you have to be very diplomatic, you have to be very professional when you're talking. Even more than your work, people will remember you for your personality and the way you do your work. So make sure you're extremely professional. You are never going out of the way to make your client feel uncomfortable. So that I think is very, very important, even more than your skills.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Swapika.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask that when on sensitive skins, what care should
Swabika, I think your voice is a little lagging. Yeah. Can you
I
come
think she
again?
said when somebody has sensitive skin, what care should you take, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you do have sensitive skin, you should stay away from fragrance. There'll be a lot of products which have a lot of fragrance in them. They smell like vanilla or they smell like something else. Stay away from that. Even I have sensitive skin, so I don't use products with a lot of strong smells because they'll break me out. Again, good quality brands. I tend to do a lot of homemade packs, and I go for brands which are more natural, like Khadi and Forest Essentials, because I know they don't have as many chemicals in them and it won't react with my skin as much. Always keep your skin clean, make sure it's moisturized, that you're using good quality products even in your skincare routine. Even if you can't afford to go ahead and buy a really expensive bottle of serum, make sure you're using like your basin at home, or you're using curd on your face, or you're rubbing different kinds of fruits on your face because they're always good for you. Tomato really helps. Make sure you're keeping, even if you feel like you don't want to put a moisturizer on, you can always use ghee and malai. So it's trial and error. If you feel like your skin is really acting out, you should go to a dermat because they know the best, because they'll probably be able to tell you what exactly is the best for your skin. But if you have sensitive skin, stay away from extreme chemicals. Don't wear as much makeup or as frequently if you feel like your pores will get blocked. So keep it as natural as you can. Do a lot of homemade things. That's what I stick to. And if I feel that my if I add a product on and my skin is instantly burning or it's feeling itchy, straight away remove it. Don't keep it on. You're welcome.
Madam, I think there is one question on the YouTube. This has
Mm-hmm.
come from a person from Jamshedpur. I think this girl is.
Okay.
She is Kaniksha Sahu. She says, ma'am, please suggest some good makeup schools in Jamshedpur. I don't know how to.
I don't know of any makeup schools in Jamshedpur though. We did have a lot of people coming here from a lot of different states as well. But if you don't want to travel and you feel that search for a lot of personal makeup artists over there, because sometimes if you don't have schools in such areas, you have people who are big makeup artists and they live in that area, or they're probably coming for a class, and go for those. If your school, I haven't heard of any great schools in Jamshedpur, and if you don't want to travel, then go ahead and research and search for any makeup artists that live in Jamshedpur that do personal one-on-one classes, or a lot of do private classes, and they take a batch of 10 people or batch of 5 people, and then those are also helpful. I haven't heard one in Jamshedpur. The closest probably is Bombay. And but if you don't want to travel, then go ahead and research for people who live over there and who do makeup and who are good, and because they will be providing classes, because almost everybody does.
Okay, okay, thank you. And there is one more on YouTube
Mhm.
again, which says that it's from Sanjay Logani. He says that what is the best part about your job, and what is one pro tip that you would like to give our generation who are aspiring for this field?
Um, what is the best part of my job? I think I already said that you get your instant reaction. Like I've had fathers of the bride come to me and they've like touched my head and they're like, God bless you, our child is looking so good and she's so happy on her day. Or right when the groom sees the bride, they are like awestruck. So I think right when you see what your work can do and how good the people are feeling right there and there, that's like the instant gratification and validation that you need. I think that's amazing that I get to do that, and I get to see, what my work, what the consequences of my work are. So I think that's the one of the best things that I have, and I'm so grateful to do what I do. And one tip for everybody, sometimes we, in our generation, tend to lose focus and aren't as patient when it comes to certain fields. We feel like, if we've gotten out of school, we should have clients lined up. Whereas it takes time to build that. So have patience, make sure you are focused, make sure you don't move from your career path. Make sure you assist people, you take as much learning as you can, even if I've seen the biggest makeup artists assist other people because they still want to know more skills. So always be humble and make sure you're learning wherever you go, because it's extremely important.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Pooja, are there any questions from the participants on Zoom, or should we take one or more and then we can wind up?
So
I think there's one on chat.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay.
it is from Swabika. She says, what is the best product to use which are chemical free or have less chemicals?
I don't know if you mean skincare product or if you mean makeup product. I can tell you a few makeup brands which are really good. Um, Clinique is a brand that has a lot of skincare added benefits into your makeup. That means if they could have a foundation which has acne fighting properties. So even though you're wearing that foundation pretty often, it won't clog your pores, and it'll make sure that you don't have acne. Or it has a lot of good ingredients. Estee Lauder, again, is a very good brand which also has those ingredients in them. uh, Again, Forest Essentials, it has really good skincare, very plain, very basic. It has even Khadi is a great brand. I use a lot of Khadi products as well. So all of these homegrown brands which kind of have some skincare benefits in them, if you go ahead and research and you type in clean skincare and clean makeup, even if you go on Sephora.com in America, you have this green tick where they'll write it across some brands which are cruelty free, which don't have any parabens, any sulfates, which are supposed to be clean skincare and clean makeup. You can definitely go ahead and use those kind of brands. So here, I think that would be Clinique and Estee Lauder and Forest Essentials for me.
Okay, okay.
Hi, Bandhana. Just a small quick one.
Hi.
A regular makeup done on a daily basis, since for how long in this humidity of Mumbai, for a mid oily come dry skin would sustain? How soon it would bleed off?
I think it can stay full day. I have had my makeup
Does
on
it?
throughout the day. Yeah, yeah. I have had my clients who are getting married, and Indian weddings go on for really long. So it's like, hey, they have a wedding that's outdoors, and then they have a reception right after. So they are using the same look and going ahead. If you do it correctly, if you do it right, you can use your makeup even for 24 hours. You get makeup that is mask proof, you get makeup that is water and waterproof, water resistant, sweat proof, that lasts for up to 24 hours. Obviously, though, do not sleep in your makeup. So that's something I don't recommend. But yeah, you do have good brands. You also, there are certain techniques that help increase the longevity of your makeup, like using a good primer or using a good powder. Or you can always carry blotting sheets. Like example, if I'm oily and I'm on the go and I don't have my powder and my brush with me, you get sheets like this. They are just basically, they are thin sheets. You can pull them out, take one in your bag or how many you want in a bag, and they don't even disrupt your makeup. I can just plaster it on my forehead, sorry, on my cheek here. It's going to mattify me instantly, and as you can see, there's
Wow.
oil over here, but there's none of the makeup has come off.
Can you show that again? What's the name of that product?
This, you get a lot of these oil blotting sheets. If you just go ahead on
I
Google or
got
even
it.
on Nykaa and type oil absorbing sheets, oil blotting
Okay.
sheets, you have
Okay.
so many of these. They're actually very thin. They kind of feel like toilet paper, thin paper, or even like, the cellophane wrap paper, but
Correct,
very thin.
correct,
So
correct.
you just go ahead and you apply it, and oil comes off, but no makeup comes off.
Okay, generally, what is seen is what the first thing that really rubs off your makeup in a messy way are the eye thing that we wear, right? The casual thing that we wear. It just messes up after an hour or so. on day-to-day basis. We're not talking of bridal. And another thing is that lipstick goes away in no time. So how you handle that, ensuring your kajal doesn't really get messed up and it's not you got blotchy eyes. So what would you suggest for that?
One, use a good brand. Something like an Urban Decay waterproof makeup is really good. That's the pencils that I use on my clients and on myself as well. You don't get them in India. A few brands in India, I think you do have MAC eyeliners also, which are quite dry, so they don't bleed as much. Anything that says waterproof, great. If you feel
Okay.
like your under eye smudges a lot, and you are always out and about, then I suggest don't apply mascara right here. If you have long lashes and they might tend to hit down,
Right.
don't apply mascara down, just apply it up. You can always carry these sheets, you can always put them under your eye, or you can carry a small brush. Like when you're out and about, you can just keep a brush like this in your bag. If anything smudges, all you have to do is just dab it out. It has some product on it that has my concealer on it, so I'll just dab it out right
Okay,
up here
that's a
like
lovely
this,
idea.
and just,
Yeah,
yeah, and just like brush it off.
that's a great tip. That's a great tip. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was
You're
worthwhile.
welcome.
Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, ma'am. Pooja, any more or
No, sir, no, sir.
okay, lovely, lovely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I request our professor in charge, Dr. Rahul Shetty, sir, to kindly propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Pooja, once again. I think it's afternoon, so a very good afternoon to respected Principal Madam, Dr. Neelam Arora, our Vice Principals, Professor Mrs. Bide, and Dr. Arun Pujari. Also, our Additional Vice Principal, Dr. Purnima Sharma Madam, faculty colleagues, and my dear students. As we reach towards the flag end of a two-day intercollegiate virtual state-level workshop, I take this opportunity to express my profound sense of gratitude to every member who has contributed immensely towards the culmination of this workshop. At the outset, let me put it on record that we have got an active participation of 20 colleges across 5 cities in Maharashtra and 4 states, namely Karnataka, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, etc., making it a truly a national workshop. Thank you to all the participants. Primarily, I would like to thank our resource person for today, Ms. Bandhana Gujral, Madam, for sharing her valuable insights, highlighting the key areas of makeup, which seems to be a very casual approach, but yet needs a pinch of professionalism to hone up these innovative skills. uh, the beauty blogger part was really something which was very insightful for all of us. I think a student who really wants to start on with this as a career should start on writing and reading about this beauty blogger. I'm sure your demo was really, and your deliberation as well, has given a lot of takeaways to all the students and faculty colleagues attending this workshop, thereby proving it instrumental to bring a career for themselves. As our principal madam rightly stated in her opening remark, that anyone who has a passion for a particular field should righteously be and can be converted into a productive profession. Thank you, madam. It was really
Madam.
insightful and motivating for all of us to take a lead
Thank
on this
you.
workshop. Then
Thank you so
moving
much.
on. Yeah, yeah. I once again would like to thank our entire IQAC squad, headed by Dr. Vinay Pandit, for extending a positive support. Ms. Vishaka Walia and Ms. Jyoti Singh for always helping us with any technical aid or assistance needed. My student volunteers, whom I can't stop thanking much for, who have always been with me for all throughout the event. Thank you, Pooja, Priyanka, Swabika, Nakul, Kaustub, Faizan, Akshata, for being a strong support system throughout these 2 days. Thank you so much. And I once again thank one and all. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. It was absolutely great. I really enjoyed. I really hope everybody learned something, and whoever was kind of on the fence of taking this as a field is probably like, I think I should go ahead and take it. So I'm really happy. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, Neelam ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so
Bandhana.
much. I hope, I think we can take a